Shana Tova. I'm so happy to be here with you this year. Rosh Hashanah can be a complex time. It's a sweet new year. We wish everyone a Shana Tova, a good year. Shana Tova umetuka, a good and sweet year. But also we are in Yamim Noraim, the days of awe. Awe being something a little bit terrifying, maybe a little scary, related to awful. Some of us are delighted and excited, and some of us are rattled. Some of us tremble. Are we meant to be joyous or terrified, atoning or celebrating? I don't know. But maybe we can learn something from our Jewish paradigmatic sweetener, the honey itself. Because Rosh Hashanah is a little bit like honey. The rabbis teach that maybe we added honey to the holiday to balance out the difficulty of the season. That rabbis would put it on maybe a little bit of lamb to symbolize the Akedah, not as delicious as an apple. But it would tip us from that fear of judgment into a sense of celebration, that little extra delicious bit of honey. But the land of milk and honey came way before the rabbis. Honey has always been something that was given to us as a gift. Other rabbis teach that honey is even like 1/60th of manna, that divine providence that fell from the sky when we were wandering through the desert. It's something that is gifted, free, keeping us sustained, a sense of deliciousness that we did not have to earn. There are even proverbs that say that you should eat honey because honey, ki tov, it is good. Ki tov, you may remember, it's also what light is and earth is. It's what God says about everything that God creates in Breit. Honey is one of those good elements of creation. And as we celebrate the world's birthday today, in theory, maybe it contains that sort of resonance of a divine gift, something that we express gratitude for. When we learn about the land of milk and honey, we're also told that we should bless after we eat. V'achalta v'savata, after you've eaten and you're full, you should thank God. So there's something in this blessing that is delicious, a 60th of manna, that makes us grateful. It demands that we say thank you. And honey is also a special gift. It's not just food, but honey can be a kind of medicine. Some people even say that if a bee stings you, it gives you a little tiny wound, you can put some honey on it. Honey is a natural antiseptic. I haven't made it up. My father also uses it, but he's not crazy. It's something that shows that sometimes with the sting also comes the cure. From the place where we experience a little bit of difficulty and suffering, we can also find a goodness and a sort of solution. So maybe in some way there's a sense that this awe, this awfulness, the norah of the day, in and of itself can also provide a little bit of sweetness. Honey is also different from other kinds of delicious plants. You know, you might be eating some basil and photosynthesis is happening, but you don't see that. But anyone who's ever taken a little bit of honey knows that the bees are there working feverishly. You see that someone else has put so much work into creating the honey. You have to take it from them. You benefit from labor that you have not done. Honey taken from a hive is a gift that appears without our effort, but we see that someone else put the effort in there. It's something that forces us to give back. But honey isn't something you can just give back. In fact, it's forbidden to offer honey to God. You can't put honey on any sacrifice you can give God, all kinds of animals and some grains, but you can't put honey on it. The only thing that you can give back when you receive a gift like honey is your own sacrifice, something else. You can't just re-gift it straight along. Honey makes you ask, okay, well, what do I have to offer? I've received all these gifts. I haven't done anything, but I've seen anyone else working very hard. How can I give something back? For me, honey is the most important sensory experience of Rosh Hashanah. As a kid, it didn't really mean much to me, but I knew that in the back of the social hall, there were these pools of honey in little bowls. Now, growing up in Brooklyn, I thought honey came in plastic bears. So this was the one time a year where it was just there, wet, waiting, ripe for the taking. And I knew that my mom knew, that I knew, that as soon as we were done, all of us were going to be dipping apples into these pools of honey. So maybe that's another gift that the holiday offers. It's a taste of creation, a bit of gratitude, something that might provide healing. But it's also a moment of transport back to your own sense of home, of childhood, to a time of sweetness before, to a taste of the land of milk and honey. When we're joyous and we're sad, we're atoning and we're celebrating, may we be sweetened by the gifts of others' labor, that we remember to give back our own gifts in turn. A year we enter in gratitude, not taking too much, sweetened by the memories of taste and smells, sights and sounds that bring us together. Memories from years past and memories we make for years to come. Shana Tova u'Metuka, may this be a good, sweet year for you and for us all.